Yo, what's up, Billy? Good morning, sir. So, somebody or one or two people had suggested that I do a tier list for F-Zero X tracks. So, yeah, why not? Figured I'd knock it out. Um, so this tier list, I added X Cup to it for those who know what that is. Um, but this tier list contains all of the extra tracks for the expansion kit, which I don't have. It's very expensive. Uh, Maybe one day when I have a lot of money, maybe I'll treat myself to the expansion kit and make for some good content. Um, but yeah, so I'm not gonna do those tracks, obviously. What's up, Salsa? Starts at 9. Are you in high school? Your high school starts at 9? That's a breeze, bro. Mine started at 7:25. I was a zombie. Or are you in middle? Okay, so we'll just start with Mute City. So this is Mute City 2. This is so the blue tracks are Queen Cup, the red tracks are um, Jack, the green tracks are Joker, and the yellow tracks are King. There are also purple tracks, which are the expansion kit tracks. Those I won't be doing because I've never played them. Middle? Oh, you're middle. Okay, gotcha. So you're probably on the tail end of that. I don't remember when my middle school started. Okay, so Mute City 2. This one I haven't played it in a while, but this one's got some maneuvering for sure. Um, I think it's got a couple jumps from what I remember. The turns aren't terribly tight. I mean, it's there are three mute cities and they are progressively more difficult. This one is, I would say, medium. I just haven't played it in a while, so I can't remember it that distinctly, but uh, or describe it that distinctly. But yeah, I guess I would put this in medium from what I remember. Now, Big Blue Quick Turn is what it sounds like. So it is, if I remember correctly, no, this isn't the cylinder one. The cylinder Big Blue is Jack Cup. So I don't think there's a cylinder on this one, but there is a long section where you can fly off, and then there is a sharp 180, uh, which you might be able to barely see on stream, the top of that track there. So it's a sharp 180, which makes it not easy. And because of the fact that you can fly off, and there are some other twists and turns, as you can see, I would put this one in hard. And I am going to be ordering these in tiers. Probably won't be that long of a stream. I'm doing. There's 6 tracks per cup, so 24, 25 if you include X Cup, which I did. I got that down at the bottom. So we're still on Queen Cup here. Um, so we're doing half a Queen Cup first. I'm just going to go in the order that the tier list has it. So Whiteland, um, this would be Whiteland 1, I believe. Right? Yeah, Whiteland 2 is king. So Whiteland 1 is I would say hard at least. I would put it above Big Blue 2 because it is a rather narrow track where you can get knocked off rather easily, especially if you have a light machine. There are no walls for most of the track. There also is a rather tight S curve. It's not as tight as the one on Port Town 2, but Whiteland is hard. I don't know if I'd put it in very hard. I don't know if I'd put it in very hard. I probably wouldn't. I'm gonna put it at top of hard. Now, Firefield, it's the first track in King Cup. Um, this one is not very hard. It's got a big jump. Once you get the jump down, once you get a feel for that jump, it's really it's not a hard track. I beat the Staff Ghost on it. It's one of the 4 tracks I've beaten the Staff Ghost on. So I don't know if I want to put it in easy. Well, I don't know. I feel like it's top of easy material. It's really not a tough track. For King Cup, yeah. I don't know if I want to put it in easy. I'll put it at bottom of medium. Silence 2. Anime Disliker's going to counterpick me here. I can almost guarantee it. It is a tight corkscrew, as you can maybe see on stream on the right side of the track there, yeah. And then it's a snake curve, and then the road gets wavy, but that's usually not much of an issue. But yeah, that tight corkscrew into the S curves. You want a machine with good grip for this one. If you ask me, I mean, for tournament, yeah. Gotta go in like 4 minutes. Have fun with the tier list. I appreciate it, man. Thank you for stopping by. Hope you have a good day. So Silence 2 is definitely on the hard side. I don't know if I put it a bit above Big Blue 2. I don't know if I'd put it above Whiteland 1. Whiteland 1 is just very treacherous. Silence 2 you can get knocked off, but the section you can get knocked off is very wide. Okay, I'm gonna put it right below Whiteland. It's close. Sector Beta is a little tricky. There are 1 or 2 parts where you can fly off the track if you are not controlling your speed well. Don't tell Anime Disliker, I'm probably going to be counterpicking him here. Maybe he's watching, but I might knowledge check him here. He might fly off the track. I probably will knowledge check him on this one if he doesn't practice it. So, yeah, well, once you know where to slow it down and not fly off, there's one part where you actually want to tap the brakes. Yeah, once you know where to slow it down, it's not that difficult. There's a sand trap near the start, kind of a tight turn, but it's actually not that difficult. There is a rather narrow part where you can get knocked off, similar to Whiteland 1. I wrecked the Staff Ghost on this one, though. I would put it in medium. I mean, probably top of medium. It's above Mute City. Above Mute City 2, yeah. Red Canyon 2. One of my favorite tracks. This is the one Anime Disliker and I we're going back and forth on in the Discord. We've been shit talking to each other for 3 weeks. So yeah, I might counterpick him to this one. It's got a cool jump. It is, if you can see, it says Slim Line. All the subtitles tell you about what the track is like. So it is a narrow road here on Red Canyon 2. It's got a big jump you can take. Not a very easy one, and because of the fact that a lot of the track is narrow, I would put this in hard. Certainly not very hard. Once you get a feel for it, I don't know. I'm inclined to put it below Big Blue 2. Well, Big Blue 2, I mean, once you get a feel for that tight U-turn, it's not that bad. You know, I'll put it above Big Blue 2. I'll do that. Now, Whiteland 2 is very treacherous. There are no walls for the majority of the track, and it is a half pipe, as the subtitle says. It's very small on stream. I don't know if you can see it, but The subtitle is Half Pipe because that's what it is for most of the track. And that half pipe section, most of the track, has no walls. And if you really lose control, you will fly off and die. So this is one that I do not crank the settings on the speed side much at all, really. Um, so this one I would probably put in hard. You can't go very fast on this track. You can go fast on the straightaway, but the whole back section, yeah, not so much. Um, well, I guess the straightaway would be the back section. Anyway, Whiteland 2 I would put in hard. It's around Whiteland 1, maybe right below. I don't know. Whiteland 2 is... The track looks simple, but it really is rather tough. No, I'll put it below Whiteland 1. Okay, now Mute City 3, the most difficult of the Mute Cities, but this is a fun one. I enjoy this track. You gotta be good in the air, because there are a lot of jumps. Jumps of Doom is the subtitle there, if you can't see it. So this one's a lot of fun. And it is rather challenging. There are 90-degree turns instead of curved turns. So you want to be side attacking those, if you ask me. Yeah, you definitely want to be side attacking those. The jumps make this fun, though. When you get a feel for the jumps and controlling yourself in the air, this is a lot of fun. I really enjoy this one. But the tier list is for difficulty, not... I don't know if enjoyability is the word, but... or if it is a word, but you know what I mean. This is difficulty, not how much I enjoy the tracks, necessarily. Mute City 3 is definitely on the hard side. It's not very hard, but I would put it... at least above Silence 2. I can put it below the Whitelands. Really fun track. Might be my favorite track. Whoops. Might be my favorite track in the game. Alright, Rainbow Road. It looks... The turns might look a little wild there, but they're not that difficult. There is a section where you gotta weave in between landmines. It's a pretty cool track. It's actually, if I have this down correctly, it's a replica of Rainbow Road from Mario Kart 64 with some embellishments for F-Zero, like the landmines. So, it has a cool jump too. And if you do that jump, if you really like land at high speed, then the turn might be difficult because you do it into a turn. It's not that tight of a turn, but it's easy to lose control there. There are a lot of sections where you can get knocked off, or a couple of them at least. It's definitely not easy, I'll tell you that. I'm inclined to put it in hard, but the lower end of it for sure. Yeah, I would put it in hard. And probably bottom of hard. I think, yeah, bottom of hard. Mute City Figure 8, this might be the easiest track in the game. This is the first track on Jack Cup. It is pretty much easy money. I haven't beaten the Staff Ghost on it, but general difficulty of the track, I mean, it is beginner friendly for sure. Fun track too. I mean, even when you get good, it's like it's challenging to, well, not that challenging, but it's like, how do I put it? You want to see how fucking fast you can go on this track. There are a couple portions where if you're going real fast, you can spin out. But I won't harp on it too much. It's definitely easy. I mean, I'll throw it in easy. So, now we got some Joker Cup tracks. Actually, the remaining 5 of them. Rainbow Road was the first one. Devil's Forest 2. Oh, they got the rest in order here. So, Devil's Forest 2. Um, some tight turns. This is a short track. Uh, tight turns, more or less. Not that tight, but there are a couple parts where you can get knocked off. At least one. But yeah, there's at least one, probably 2 or 3. Hmm. On master difficulty, it's hard to win this one for sure. In Grand Prix, I am thinking overall, it's not that tough of a track. I might put it low hard. Yeah, I could. I'll put it above Rainbow Road. We're going into the second row for the hard tracks there. Okay, so Space Plant. One of the tracks I beat the Staff Coast on. Also one of my favorite tracks. There's a crazy jump on this one if you can hit this hill at high speed. And there's a cylinder section. The cylinder section goes into some rather treacherous curving. There's an ice patch. I'm inclined to say bottom of hard for this one. Most of the tracks fall in the hard zone. It's a hard game. There are going to be some very hards, though, at least 1 or 2. Yeah, Space Plant hard, but the low end of it. Low side of it, at least. Uh, Maybe this one, it doesn't feel that difficult to me because I grinded it a lot. The ice patch part is tough. The cylinder part can be tricky for sure. You don't want to fly off there. Space Plant, probably above Red Canyon 2. I can put it below Silence 2. Am I underrating Silence 2? Silence 2 is hard. No, I think it's at a good spot. Okay, Sand Ocean, Wave Panic. This one I'm gonna put in very hard. And I grinded this one the other day. Animated Psyker has a crazy time on this one, by the way. I did not get close, anywhere close. I was 6 or 7 seconds off, if I remember correctly. From his PB. Yeah, around 7 seconds, I think. So, this one, you have to be holding forward a lot because you catch air a lot, especially after lap 1, once you get boost power. I mean, even on lap 1, you're going to be catching air in some sections. The subtitle there is Wave Panic, and the road is very wavy. Because of that, you're going to be catching air a lot. You need to be holding forward. There's a bit of a treacherous S-curve in a tunnel. The tunnel doesn't matter that much, though. I don't think the ceiling's an issue, but I think it's hollow. But, yeah, having to hold forward a lot makes it tricky in that S-curve. And there are also tight curves. I mean, this one's definitely very hard. It's got to go in very hard. It might be the toughest track in the game, but it's fun. I mean, the challenge on this one is fun. It's not dreadful at all. So, Port Town 2. The track I was grinding on stream yesterday. Got a PB on. Staff Coast was still several seconds faster, though. Port Town 2. Far from easy, I'll tell you that much. I don't know if I'd put it in very hard, though. It's above Whiteland, the Whitelands. It's pretty up there. I mean, for anybody that tuned into the stream yesterday, you probably saw me struggling for a while. Um, hmm. Yeah, like you got to know how to take those turns. Man, there's a super tight S curve too. There's a tight U turn. Yeah, this one I might put very hard. Below Sand Ocean. But I'm cool with putting this one in very hard. Big Hand, which is the final cup in Joker Cup. So it's yeah, it's the shape of a hand, which I think is kind of funny. Anime Just Like is going to counterpick me here. Well, he's been implying that. Uh, the hardest part about this one, the turns really, so the fingers, you know, in the hand aren't that tough. Uh, Side attack around them. There are plenty of sections where you can fly off. The main section where you can really fly off is the under the palm here, bottom of the hand. There are a couple of lengthy ice patches, and in Grand Prix, it is treacherous. You can definitely get knocked off rather easily. Um, so you gotta have a good feel for how to handle those ice patches. The ice patches are the hardest part. The turns aren't that hard, but overall, it's a hard track. I wouldn't put it in very hard, but I could put it above probably the Whitelands. Yeah, I don't know. Do I want to put it that high? It's near the top of hard. I don't know if it's the very top. No, it's top of hard. I think it's top of hard. Okay, so the purple tracks are all the expansion kit, and I don't have that because I don't have that kind of money. Maybe one day though. So we got Silence 2. Now, Mute City, as easy as this looks, Mute City is easier. In fact, I don't even know. No, I would put this in easy. I would put this in easy. I haven't beaten the Staff Ghost though. The Staff Ghost is really good. Uh, the there are just a couple parts where you can fly off the course. Um, it's a very high speed. I mean, as the subtitle says, if you can't see it, high speed. This is the highest speed track in the game. If you're not counting uh, jumps, because when you're in the air, you can go super fucking high speed. But in terms of ground speed, this track is fucking crazy. It's got boosters all on the front stretch and the back stretch. Uh, you gotta hug the right wall for optimal speed. Heel zones are easy to rather wide heel zones. Yeah, it's definitely easy. It's easy. It's above Mute City though in difficulty. Okay, a few more to go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 to go. So, Sand Ocean. I'll pull it up here so you can see it. I'll pull it up to the first row. So, Sand Ocean pipe. This one is, instead of a cylinder, it's a pipe. You are inside a pipe for the majority of this thing, and you want to not be on the top of the pipe when you come out to the flat ground again, because you can die that way. You want to be near the bottom of the pipe, and there's a line that you can follow, and you generally should be following for optimal speed. I think at least. So control is a little difficult for optimal speed. You can go flying around the pipe, like looping around the pipe, and it'll slow you down a lot if you are not controlling your machine well. Um, and then the turning after the pipe, from the starting line, you go straight into the pipe, and it's a long pipe, and then you go back on the flat ground. There's some couple turns, which aren't terribly difficult, but they're not easy. So this one, I'd probably put it in medium. Uh, yeah, yeah, this is medium material. Hmm. Now I think I often win this one when I do Master Grand Prix on it. I haven't done Jack Up in a while though in Master Grand Prix, or grinded this course in Time Attack or anything. Anytime recently, at least. Okay, so it's in the medium tier. As for where, it's easier than Sector Beta for sure. A little harder than Firefield. Do I want to put it above or below Mute City 2? Below Mute City 2, yeah, put it here. Okay, so now we have Devil's Forest 1. Um, so there's a sand trap or two in this one, maybe three actually. So you got to know how to deal with those. If you boost, you cancel the friction on the sand traps. So you can boost out of those. And there's a very long straightaway, pretty high speed. A couple tight turns, somewhat tight at least. It's the AI is pretty good on this track though in Grand Prix, but I don't want to think too much about the AI. I haven't raced the Stab Ghost on this. I don't think at least. Um, it's around Devil's Forest 2 difficulty. You can't really fly off the track anywhere. Okay, I'd put it just above Devil's Forest 2, I think. Yeah. Yeah, right here, right here. So I'd put it the lower lower side of hard. That might even be a little high. No, I would put it below. I'm sorry, did I say below Devil's Forest 2? Yeah, it should be below Devil's Forest 2. Yeah. You know what? Do I put it? No, it's below Rainbow Road, really. I don't know. Would I even put this one in hard? No, it's medium. It's medium. What am I thinking? It's medium. I thought that didn't seem right when I said hard. Um, yeah, Devil's Forest 1 is medium. Above Sector Beta. I don't know. I think it is above Sector Beta. Yeah, I can go with that. Okay, 6 to go. So Big Blue Cylinder. This one is almost entirely a cylinder. And you can certainly fly off that cylinder if you are not careful, which is certain death, pretty much. If you really fly off of it, of course. Obviously, it's certain death. So there are boosters on the cylinder. Once you learn where those are, you can come up with a strat, and then once you get back onto flat ground, around where the starting line is or finish line, um, bit of tight turning there. It's not easy. I'd probably put it the higher side of medium. Yeah, yeah, I think above Devil's Forest 1. Now, Port Town 1. Man, I haven't played this in a while, but it's got a huge jump. As you can see by the subtitle, if you can't see it, it's... Oh, let me pull it up here. Yeah, high jump. It's a very big jump. Um, Man, I have not played this one in a long time. The memory is actually not very vivid, surprisingly. This is a final cup, or final track in Jack Cup. It's, yeah, it's definitely not easy, but it's definitely not very hard. And I don't think it's on the higher end of hard either. I don't remember anything particularly difficult about this track. I'm I don't think I would put it in hard, but I think medium's a good bet here. Probably above Devil's Forest 1, I think. But below Big Blue. Yeah. Alright, so now we have Sector Alpha. You can also fly off the track here like Sector Beta if you are not careful with your speed. There's a narrow section, but it does have walls. You won't get knocked off there. There's a booster or two, which can be difficult to hit because they're on a turn. But, not easy, not very hard. This one, kind of medium. Yeah, I'd put it in medium. The higher end of it, though. Probably... Yeah, I think the higher end of it. At least north of center of that tier. I'd put it probably right above Sector Beta. No, maybe a little bit higher. Yeah, I'm willing to put Sector Alpha below Big Blue. Okay, so Red Canyon. Whoops. Red Canyon 1. Multi-jump. You want to be holding forward for those jumps for the most part. And then you've got basically 90-degree turns. The track is basically a rectangle with embellishments. So it's really it's not a tough track. Once you get a feel for the jumps and the tight turns, it's on the easier side for sure. I don't know if I'd put it in easy. Well, I don't know. It's not hard. It's really not at all. Once you get a feel for it, I did beat the Staff Ghost on this one. I think rather handily. Uh, yeah, I don't know, man. I might put this one in easy. I I almost always win this one on Master Grand Prix too. Um, yeah, I think top of easy. Okay, two more. Devil's Forest up and down. Oh man, I haven't fucking played this one in forever. I almost can't remember it. Ah, okay, well you can see it there. Here. I actually can't recall this one right now. Oh, so I was calling Devil's Forest 3 Devil's Forest 2 because I forgot about Devil's Forest 2. Let me look this track up real quick. I actually can't recall this track right now, and that's not good because I have a tournament coming up. Okay, F0X Devils. Whoops. Devil's Forest 2. No, I don't want to see a task speed run of it because then it's gonna be all crazy. I just want to see a rather standard playthrough of it. Oh, yep. Okay, now it's coming back to me. Yep, yep. Okay, so this one has a couple jumps, boosters. Uh, and it's got a NASCAR-esque turn. Yeah, this one's actually a fun one. Somewhat of an S curve, couple. It's like a snake curve, kind of. Okay, yeah, man, I just forgot about this track. Um, hmm. Not easy, not very hard, for sure. Well, now that I recall it, I would put it, probably in the medium zone. Top of medium, yeah. It's definitely got its intricacies. And now, the last cup here, I'm sorry, the last track, so to speak. X Cup is randomly generated tracks. And man, they can be wild. But I can tell you, winning Master Grand Prix, or any Prix for that matter, is the easiest on this cup. You just get 6 randomly generated tracks, and yeah, it's easy. It's easy. I don't know if I'd say easier than Mute City because they can. You can get some wild tracks on this one, man, for sure. And you can get some very easy ones as well. But you can get tracks where all the CPUs just die instantly, and you basically win off of that if you don't die. Because sometimes the tracks they make have these just ridiculous jumps and turns. It's interesting. It's a cool cup because of that. Um, so the first lap is you should treat like the download lap. Don't race crazy. So yeah, X Cup's definitely going to be an easy, but because of the random factor, I would put it top of easy. So yeah, there you go. There are I think 12. Yeah, 12 tracks on the expansion kit, which I have, of course, never played. They look pretty cool, though, looking at them down here. Funny that one's called Bigfoot, like Big Hand, but this one, this one's called Very Deadly Curves instead of Deadly Curves, like Big Hand. But yeah, there you go. Sand Ocean and Port Town. That's funny. Sand Ocean 2, yeah, Sand Ocean 2 and Port Town 2 were the two tracks I was grinding time trials on recently. The latter of which I streamed yesterday. So yeah, I was doing time trials on the hardest tracks. It just kind of dawned on me. Those tracks are fucking tough, man. But yeah, that's it. I wanted to do this tier list stream because it was suggested by a couple people. So there y'all go. There's my F-Zero X tracks difficulty tier list. Might stream later today. Not sure. I'll feel it out. But for now, that is going to be it. So peace out, everybody.